Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. We are continuing through Trigernometry's interview with Dr. Anne Furedi, former CEO of British Pregnancy Advisory Service, which is the big chain of abortion clinics in the UK. I guess it's their equivalent of Family Planning Associates Medical Group, only maybe not as quacky. The next section we are on now is human embryos, moral status, moral value, human equivalence. This is going to be interesting.
Look, let me tell you about one, right, and I'm so not making this up. When I was at BPAS, one of the things that was great about the job was that you'd go and you'd see one of the clinics, and I used to hang out in the waiting room of the clinic. That's a really good place to find out where things are going on. And I remember talking to one woman in the clinic in Brixton who was freaking out because the list was running late and she'd got to go and collect her toddler from nursery. And she starts explaining to me that the reason why she's having this termination is actually because of her little boy. And the situation is that she'd split up with her little boy's dad. She's got a really good relationship with her little boy's dad, and the little boy, and this is the crucial thing, the little boy has got a really good relationship with his dad. She's now pregnant by a new boyfriend who she thinks is great fun for her, but she says, unlike her little boy's dad, who is a brilliant dad, she thinks this guy would be a disastrous father. And
why is she having sex with him?
She knows that if she has this baby, it's going to severely disrupt the relationship that her existing child has got, because it's just going to throw the whole thing out of kilter.
See, this is again why it's supposed to be first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Susie with the baby carriage. You are supposed to establish a stable relationship, pick somebody that you're going to partner with, not throw my legs in the air here. Yeah, he's a good dad, but I don't want him anymore. Ooh, this guy's exciting. Throw my legs in the air. I don't maybe want him sticking around. Make better choices up front.
And she said to me, and this, you know, there are some things that just stick in your mind. And she's saying, I actually told my current boyfriend, if he moved to Australia, I'd probably have this baby. But he's not going to move to Australia, and I can't have him in my life and my little boy's life on an ongoing basis in the way that it would be if I had his baby. Talk about the wisdom of Solomon to make these decisions. Those are the kind of tangles that women's lives are like.
Why are we normalizing getting yourself into that kind of situation? I mean, it's like, and why did she break up with this guy who's a fabulous dad and throw her legs in the air for this guy who's obviously some kind of clown? Are they discussing relationships with these women?
Complex, it's difficult. So it worries me when people, and you know, a lot of the people on the anti-abortion side, you know, are taking highfalutin moral position. That's wrong, this is wrong. You know, sometimes it takes the wisdom of Solomon to make these decisions.
The wisdom of Solomon, let's cut the baby in half. Not really. You know, it's interesting that she's talking about the wisdom of Solomon, and the wisdom of Solomon was that the woman was willing to make a sacrifice for the well-being of her child. And she is using that to mean that the woman is sacrificing one child for the well-being of the other. And what kind of burden is that putting on that toddler to, when he finds out that mom aborted his sibling so that his relationship with his dad would stay good? And I'm sorry. It's sad that she was in that situation, but it's absolutely criminal that society has normalized ending up in that sort of situation by normalizing sex with unreliable men.
He's got to make it. The woman's pregnant, she's either going to have a baby or she isn't. That is very binary. So who decides? You have to let her make the decision.
Francis, before you jump in, can I make one gentle comment? So, there is a voice in my head that goes, that's somebody who's managing her relationship by killing somebody else. Like, why is that?
Well, you see...
But that's what's happening, isn't it?
No, but you see, so
There you go, Constantine, yes.
The point is that if you honestly believe in your heart of hearts that the embryo, fetus, call it what you will, that human life inside that woman that doesn't even know it's alive yet, if you think that has the moral equivalence of us, or even that woman's little 2-year-old, then there's no answer to what you say. You're obviously completely right. And there are some people who genuinely believe like that. But I actually think that most of us really don't think that. And the way that I look at it is, and I've thought about this, I actually struggled with infertility for a really long time. And there was a time when Frank and I were told that we would never have a child, and had kind of come to terms with that. And then my son Jacob, who you know, kind of is conceived, and it was absolutely wonderful. And I value life in the womb. It disturbs me when people say, oh, it's just like cancer or something like, it's not, it isn't really human life. It's obviously human life. And I value it hugely, but I don't give it as much value as, say, that lady, that lass I was just talking about. There's her, and there's her son, and there's the existing people in their lives who are trying to manage stuff. So I give it huge value, but not as much value as that.
Do you think...
Okay.